Welcome back to our Kiln Creek series. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the two duplex neighborhoods in Kiln Creek, Willow Point in Newport News and the Sanctuary in York County. My name is David Tortellini. I'm with eXp Realty, so stick around and we'll get right to it. All right, we're going to start here in Willow Point. This is on the Newport News side of Kiln Creek. And if you haven't watched the full intro video, Kiln Creek is about 2/3 of it is in Newport News and about 1/3 is in York County. And that makes a difference when it comes to price points and schools and things like that. But as I mentioned, these are all duplexes. So it's 126 homes, all duplexes, and they're going to range in size from about $1,395 all the way up to about $2,150, but the vast majority are between 1,781 and 1,854 square feet. So those two sizes are kind of the most popular in the neighborhood, along with an 1,800 square foot size. And speaking of which, we're coming up on one of the most recent sales in the neighborhood. This is 1632, and this was a 3-bed, 2.5-bath home, and it sold for $335,000 and 1,854 square feet. Now, you'll find that that's really right in the wheelhouse of where these are selling these days. So we're seeing sales from $300 to about $357.5 is the high one, but that one's kind of unusual. So really what we're end up with are the vast majority really selling right around that. Now I'm spinning slowly so we can see 1635 right here. So this one is 1,800 square feet. Again, 3 beds, 2.5 baths, sold for $325. So both of these actually got bid up about 10 or 15 grand over list price here in the last couple of months. But, you know, that is very specific to the market at this exact time, or at least maybe within the last couple of months. Maybe not indicative of when you're actually watching this video in terms of competition. So one of the things that I like to mention about this neighborhood is you'll see this siding style. This is called EIFS. A lot of people pronounce it EIFS, but it's really EIFS, and it's kind of a synthetic stucco. And the thing to keep in mind with that is you can get an inspection just for EIFS. So it's kind of recommended. I don't know, most people don't do it, but you know, one of the largest repairs I've ever had was because someone in Hampton, at this condo I sold in Hampton, they had a little hairline crack, and a bunch of water got behind it, and the seller didn't know until they did an EIFS inspection, and they found a ton of damage. I think it cost like $20,000 to repair. It was a pretty big deal. But you know, in a neighborhood like this, if you see any sign that there may be water penetration at the house, you may want to consider getting an EIFS inspection. Now, beyond that, you know, you're looking at a neighborhood that does have some golf course opportunities, and you know, I think you're on the 17th and the 18th hole here, and the 17th is a par 3. So if you want to be able to, you know, catch the occasional hole in one, maybe, I don't know, that could be something that you want to target. But you know, most of these, as I mentioned, you know, 1,800 square feet, give or take, and then 3 beds, 2.5 baths, by far the most common layout, 300, 350,000, and about 7 of these have sold in the last 6 months. So they are moving pretty well for a neighborhood that's only 126 homes. They do become available fairly often, you know, and one of the things I like about them, and I think that's why they tend to move a little bit, is that this is a really diverse neighborhood in terms of, you know, you have some people that are here for the golf course, but you also have just a lot of working professionals, a lot of military, so you really get a good mix here. Now, one of the things I also like is that a lot of these homes have double sliding back glass doors at the back of the home, so they bring in a lot of light and, you know, give you a good view of the golf course if you're there. But you know, for the most part, this is a solid place to be in Kiln Creek. It's on kind of on the back half of the subdivision. So if you're coming in off of Victory, you kind of do have to drive a little bit, but right back there, easy to get to the clubhouse, all that good stuff, easy access out to Jefferson to go down Brick Kiln. So solid neighborhood, you know, low to mid 3s, and all duplexes. So kind of a rare sort of setup for Newport News. So let's do this. I'm going to hop in the car. We'll drive around a little bit, and you can see kind of the whole neighborhood. All right, well now we're over in the Sanctuary, which is on the York County side of Kiln Creek. And as you can see, it's a much different style than we found over in Willow Point. And so now we're on the York County side, and so one of the big things that draws people to this neighborhood is if they have children, it's the school district. So I'll give a link below because that's not my opinion, that's just what's out there. So it's all Grafton School District. So you're going to find that a lot of the people who move here do have children, prefer this side. Now what's odd is that in most cases, York County homes that are equivalent to a Newport News home are going to sell for significantly more. But what we've seen in this neighborhood is that these ones sell for just about the same as the Willow Point homes. Now, there's only been one sale in the last 6 months in this neighborhood, and that sold for $336. It was $165 spoon. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go buy it today because there's a ton of activity in the yard, but I think they're doing some work there. But for the most part, these historically have sold in the mid threes. So you're maybe going to get these for just a little bit more than you're going to get for Willow Point. Whereas a lot of the single family homes, you might be looking at, you know, a $75,000, $100,000 price increase to go from Newport News to York County. You know, one of the things about this neighborhood, I don't think I mentioned the HOA dues in the last neighborhood, but those were $126 and these are $174. Now, one of the other things about York County is that taxes are way lower. So you're looking at 78 cents per thousand in York County, and it's $1.24 in Newport News. So, you know, your taxes, even if you pay a little bit more here on the price, your taxes may offset that difference and then some. So you have to definitely sit down with your lender and take a look at both to kind of see which makes more sense financially. One thing about this neighborhood, though, no golf course access. So it's completely surrounded by woods. And actually, on this side over here, the walking path is right behind the houses. So you can actually, I sold 112 and 114 last year next door to each other. And it was really neat. One of the buyers absolutely loved that they could just walk right out back and go for a run. But this is a small neighborhood. It's only 80 houses, and it's really just like 2 streets. So we've probably walked half of it. But what we can do is we can get in our car, go take a look at the whole thing. But this is a nice spot. Again, they don't come on the market all that often, which is probably your biggest challenge here. Just that when they do, probably because they're on the York County side, they're pretty popular and they move quickly. So I think that if you're looking at the duplexes, then you're going to have your options and you really need to figure out what your priority is going to be in terms of style. These are actually about the same size as the Willow Point homes too, so you're still looking at like 1,600 to 2,100 square foot homes with a ton of them right around that 1,800 mark. So even though they're a different style, they are still pretty similar in terms of size and honestly in layouts not that much different either. So it's really just going to be up to you what has a better feel for you and what you think is a better fit for you and your life. So what we'll do is we'll hop in the car again and take another quick little tour around so you can see the whole neighborhood. Thank you very much for watching our tour today of Willow Point and the Sanctuary in Kiln Creek. If I missed anything or if you have any comments or questions, please leave those below. My contact information is below as well, so you can always just reach out to me directly. And I'll also leave a link to homes for sale in each of the 2 neighborhoods, so you can check those out as well. Do me a huge favor and like this video, subscribe to this channel, and then share this video with anyone you know who may be looking to move to the Kiln Creek area. Again, my name is David Tortellini. I'm with eXp Realty. Thanks so much for watching.